consumers are going to have much higher criteria for the way that they choose who to shop with. And that will come down to not just your sustainability story, because anybody can greenwash something and slap a green leaf on it. It comes down to your transparency in your process. So it starts with having an open corporate social responsibility message and saying that it is imperative for us to be transparent even in the areas that we're failing, and having a roadmap of transparency for us to talk about how we're going to address that in the future. You may not be able to address it right now, and your customers may not be able to withstand the cost that would incur to get there, but having a roadmap of how you're going to get there, how you plan to get there, and pointing your customers to your plan of why it's important will sustain all efforts in the future. I think of a brand that we're doing a live podcast next week in Los Angeles with a brand named Christy Dawn. And Christy Dawn has such an interesting purity vision in this regard, because all of the fabric that they use for the manufacture of their dresses comes from reclaimed fabric, or it's from organic cottonseed that they've ethically sourced themselves and planted on farms that they own, and it's harvested by people that are well employed, and it's assembled by people in Los Angeles. And I can't think of anything that could be possibly more expensive, but maybe unfettered growth and quarter-on-quarter growth in profits needs to be sacrificed for the good of humanity. And I'll tell you, just as an aside, the only things in this world that grow unchecked are parasites and cancer. So we have to have measured growth and measured growth model as brands, that having everything grow all the time is just unsustainable in and of itself, regardless of what materials you put into your products.
I think that's why we're seeing a lot of the venture issues that we're seeing right now. We're expecting 20x growth out of everyone, and our pensions are tied up in it.
Yeah.
And so
could you qualify that a little bit? I don't know that everybody understands what that means.
Often venture is funded by pension funds and other long-term investment strategies. And when we expect everyone to produce 20x results, and we're like, oh, the ones that fail we don't care about. We're just gonna focus on the ones that succeed. And we just expected that level of return across the board from everyone. People are gonna get out ahead of themselves. Businesses are gonna get out ahead of themselves. Yeah. And
they're compelled to be, put themselves in unsustainable positions.
Exactly.
Right? And that's where you wind up with where I think we're heading today. It's a scary place.
So measured growth, I think, is part of the sustainability story.
Right. You didn't expect all this BS from us, did you?
No, awesome.